Alright, good morning everyone. Back again with another crypto update here. Just going to go through my thoughts on Bitcoin, updating you all. I'm still thinking we're in for a deeper retrace. If you haven't gone and watched the previous two crypto episodes, go ahead and watch those, then come back. I was pretty much in those episodes just explaining that the high above here, we saw some obvious distribution on the lower time frames, sitting right above this high, which is never a good sign, but not enough evidence to really get short on its own. And I said that if we were to reach into this distribution and then redistribute and form broken bases to the downside, then we may see some opportunities to get short, which I think is exactly what we're seeing right here. I was explaining also that we had this head and shoulders, this inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so one thing to take note of is that an inverse head and shoulders, or a head and shoulders, is always a reversal pattern. It should never be used in the middle of a range. It should never be used as a continuation pattern. If you do see a head and shoulders, or an inverse head and shoulders in this case, in the middle of a range, then you can be sure that that will be used as manipulation. Okay, more often than not anyway. You obviously have to have other points of confluence suggesting that price is manipulating after the inverse HNS formed. So here, as you can see, this is the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, formed right in the middle of this range. Okay, if it formed down here at the range low, then we can use this as a reversal pattern, but because it didn't, I was looking for redistribution up at these levels, which is exactly what we saw. I have taken a few scalp shorts, but I'm not in anything yet. I'm still waiting for more confirmation, but I do think that we're going down for the next few days until we reach below this double bottom here. Once we do reach below the double bottom, if we can see some kind of reaccumulation, I know I've explained this in the last few episodes, so I'm kind of just repeating myself, but really just being able to see this all play out exactly how I said it would. It's, you know, everyone was calling this to be the bottom, and it could still be the bottom. You know, we could come down into this zone and then continue up, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. So I think we reach below this double bottom, either into this broken base or somewhere inside this range. Ideally, we don't want to fall below this low or this low. If we start breaking below 46k or below 42k, then I think we go much lower, but for now I think we're in for a retrace below these lows. Now, if we don't get the retrace back into the lows, what are some levels that I'm looking at for a bounce or a potential bottom? Okay, so we have a sweep here. This is the high that swept the low, a bullish broken base. Okay, and then we look for the base of this entire leg up, which is around this zone here. So if we can sweep below a previous day's low right here, okay, and then form some multiple confirmations on the lower time frames, then we can look to get long. Okay, however, I am favoring shorts here. So when you look at the price action, you can see that the broken bases to the downside look a lot more obvious than the broken bases to the upside. And when you have a broken base in a certain direction, or when you have broken bases in both directions, you need to look at where is the most obvious objective. If the most obvious objective is to the upside, then you should be saying, okay, well, maybe the bullish broken base is more likely to play out. Whereas if there's objectives to the downside that are more obvious than the objectives to the upside, you would then say, okay, the bearish broken bases are more likely to play out. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Although you should always plan for the worst. So if we do see a bounce here, I'll take it. I wouldn't mind seeing this bullish level tested, although it is less likely to happen now that we're about to form this bearish daily candle. ETH is printing a similar story here. Okay, I was looking for a long yesterday and I did get stopped out. Well, that's fine. I thought we would retest this bearish broken base here before continuing down, but we didn't get that and I got stopped out. So yeah, distributing above equal highs here. Just choppy market environment. I think it's best to really just sit on the sidelines and wait for a clearer direction. Unless you're scalping and day trading, of course, you really shouldn't be looking for swing trades in this price action or entries for swing trades. So I think ETH is pretty much set to come down and clear all of these lows out. Once we do clear the lows out, if we can see accumulation down here, then we can look to get long. And it's a similar story here on ETH to Bitcoin. We have the initial reversal here, a bullish broken base, and then we have another bullish broken base right here, equal-ish lows sitting right above the bullish broken base that still needs to be tested. So it is an ideal spot for us to reverse, or at least form a reversal for the higher time frame continuation. It's not looking good though. It's not looking good. I would much rather be in shorts here. Although we could still continue to range, so there might be some excellent alt opportunities. I think if you're going to be trading anything right now, it should be alts. You really shouldn't even be touching the majors here. No worries, that pretty much covers everything. Hey, all right, easy guys, bye.